Hey, welcome back everybody. Happy Thursday. Today is going to be a very special and fun video as we try to look at my top 10 favorite animated theme songs. Now, some of you may agree with some, I'm pretty sure you may disagree with a lot, but that's fine. Again, a very opinionated video, and this is just my personal top 10 favorite theme songs. Now, it is really hard to kind of think about every cartoon that's ever aired. Especially going back 80s and 90s, you know, a time when I was actually watching this stuff, right? And I'm pretty sure there were just absolute tonnage of fantastic TV shows with incredible theme songs that I just simply could not remember. But I try my best to come up with some of the best songs that I could remember from TV shows. There's actually a song on this list that from a TV show I'd never watched before. But the song is brilliant. So I'm really looking forward to sharing my countdown with you guys. So here is number 10. Now this video is actually something that my wife was a big fan of, and you know what? I never sat down and watched the show with her, but every time that theme song came on, you know, it just kind of stuck in my head. So for the sake of my list, yes, Jem and the Holograms is your number 10 greatest animated theme song of all time. Now, coming in at number 9.
To be a dragon, you gotta be strong, humble, never bragging. Always fight for right, battling wrong with the power of the dragon. Live the code of the dragon. Fight for right, the might of the dragon. With the mark of the dragon. Live the code of the dragon.
Never intentionally harm another. Do not battle if you can avoid it. You, Billy Lee, a Dragon Master now.
Dragon Master was born with a mark of the double dragon. Live the code of the dragon. Fight for right, the might of the dragon. With the mark of the dragon. Live the code of the dragon.
At number 9, we've got Double Dragon. And Double Dragon, I actually learned about that show in probably early mid-90s when one of my oldest brother's girlfriends, her son used to come to our home, dropped off in the morning time, and you know he would walk to his school from our house. I guess he spent the time with his father or whatnot. And so he was the one that actually got me introduced into Double Dragon, and that show, for what I can remember, was fantastic. Obviously, I haven't seen it or thought about it in 30 years, but so glad that popped up, and I'm able to include that as my number 9 all-time favorite theme song. So, coming in at number 8.
Follow me to a place where incredible feats are routine every hour or so. Where enchantment runs rampant, just wild in the streets. Open sesame, here we go! Arabian nights, like Arabian days. They tease and excite, take off and take flight. They shock and amaze. Arabian nights, like Arabian days. More often than not, hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. Pack your shield, pack your sword. You want air, don't get bored. Don't get beaten, oh God, you might. Come on down, stop on by. Hop a carpet and fly to another Arabian night.
So, number 8 is a very fun video because it was an animated series that I watched in the mid-90s. And it was one of those shows that, once you get home from school around 3:30, 4 o'clock, a lot of these fantastic TV series like Gargoyles and Batman the Animated Series and Aladdin, just, Life with Louie. What was another one? What was that Howie Mandel show? Bobby's World. Bobby's World was fantastic. I used to really love that as well. So, we already know Aladdin produced 3 fantastic animated movies, and to come out with a TV show as well, which was pretty successful. I mean, only ran a couple years, but it had 3 seasons. So, getting that on there, perfect. Here is my number 7 selection.
Don't look good. Who you gonna call?
This theme song is just so much fun. Now, obviously, I know the Ghostbusters theme song, most notably from the actual movies. And, you know what? He also has a really nice music video for that song as well. But Ghostbusters, or the real Ghostbusters, what I liked about the cartoon, again, very little memories about it, but I always kind of remember... what was his name? The green guy, the green ghost. I always remember him being a good guy and kind of like being partners with the Ghostbusters. So when I reflect on the actual original Ghostbusters movie and kind of see him as like this bad guy that the Ghostbusters are bringing down, I'm like, it just doesn't tie in with me. So, Ghostbusters, beautiful song, man. Just so catchy. And coming at number 7, I think it's a fantastic placement for this video or for this song. Now, here is your number 6 greatest theme song of all time.
Fire! Wind! Water! Heart! Go Planet!
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0. He's our powers magnified, and he's fighting on the planet side. Captain Planet, take pollution down to 0. Gonna help him put asunder bad guys who like to loot and plunder.
You'll pay for this, Captain Planet.
We're the Planeteers. You can be one too, 'cause saving our planet is the thing to do. Looting and polluting is not the way. Hear what Captain Planet has to say.
The power is yours.
Now, at number 6, we've got Captain Planet. And I think that is perfect for a 1980s kid who grew up on stuff like G.I. Joe. And I'm pretty sure many people want the G.I. Joe theme song on there. You know, Thundercats would be a huge one. Transformers, right? Captain Planet was huge. It was one of those biggest songs. And the song is so catchy. And I think a lot of the songs on this list are going to be very rock and roll related, or rock and roll-esque. And, you know, Captain Planet isn't too far off. So, nice situated at a number 6 slot. Now, coming in at number 5. And this is one I'm very excited about. Yes. Number 5, Sailor Moon. There's plenty of people, I'm sure, would argue that Sailor Moon should be like, if not number 1, maybe at least top 3, because you literally have one of the greatest theme songs in the history of the world. I love that song, and I love that show. You know, go back to my brother's girlfriend's, her son. That used to come to our house in the morning time, and, he'd be watching TV, and he'd be watching things like Dragon Ball. And we're talking about the original Dragon Ball. We're not talking Dragon Ball Z, which I never watched. So, after Sailor Moon, we'd watch Dragon Ball, and I got into, that show as well. Double Dragon, stuff like that. I probably never knew about Sailor Moon until I started, getting up in the morning, and, he was watching it, and I kind of sat down and started watching it. Funny history with Sailor Moon. I always had my VHS tapes out, and every morning I'd sit there, I'd pluck the VCR or TV or VHS into the VCR, and it'd come on, record, bam. Once it goes on commercial, pause, bam. Once it, so it would be like watching a store-bought TV because there's no commercials. It cuts to black, cuts back to black, and continues on with the episode. And I did that every time the show started over. After the series ended, and it'd go back to the first episode again. So I probably did like a run through like 3 or 4 times. I loved watching that show as a kid and rewatching it. So much fun. Number 4, it was tough to keep this Sailor Moon at number 5 because number 4 I did not watch ever. But catching on to the theme song, how could I not? Even if it was not an animated theme song, it was just a regular song that came on the radio. This song is absolutely phenomenal. Here you are at number 4.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
Coming at number 4, Pokemon. Who would have known? Number 3 is one of my favorite songs ever. I don't care if you're talking theme songs or just plain songs. It's such a catchy theme, and it was a fantastic show. One that I absolutely loved watching as a kid. Check out number 2, or number 3.
Can you help us by the phone? Where is Carmen San Diego? Carmen San Diego. Where on earth can she be?
Where on earth is Carmen San Diego? It's funny that the two detectives that are chasing her all over the world, they look like kids, like little teenagers. So I always got a kick out of that, even as a kid. So as an adult, you kind of laugh it off. But where on earth is Carmen San Diego? There is a new Carmen San Diego out. I think it's on like Netflix or something. That theme song is trash. How do you go from the greatest Carmen San Diego theme song ever to whatever junk they come out with nowadays? Oh, God. I'm very sorry for the new generation who stuck with that. Moving on to number 2. You knew this song was going to be number 1 or number 2. And here is our number 2 top favorite song among our animated TV series. 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. With Turtles, I think came out in 89 or 90. And I think we were still living... So back in Chicago, we were... the apartment that I remember growing up in, like the first several years of my life, age 4, age 5, I don't remember. We lived on a street called Francisco. And I remember my older brother kind of flipping through the channels, and I kind of like, oh man, I love this show. And it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, mind you, I have never in my life even saw a split second of that show, ever. But for whatever reason, maybe seeing it was a cartoon, it just sparked my interest. And that little comment, I love the show, even though I never heard of Ninja Turtles, never saw a clip of it, never saw toys, nothing. And we sat down and watched it, and for the next couple of years, I mean, we had a lot of Ninja Turtle toys as kids. And later on, when they got into all the crazy stuff with, like, you know, your Shogun Ninja Turtles and your Space Turtles and all that stuff, I'm like, yeah, we had a ton of those. There was this kid that lived on the 3rd floor, so I think we may have lived on, like, the 2nd floor, and he had a ton of those figures. Like, he had the turtle blimp, he had the turtle bus. I mean, dang, his collection was so substantial. For someone who was, like, 5 or 6 years old, 7 years old, something like that, crazy. But, alas, I could not put him at number 1. So, what is the greatest theme song ever made? Check out number 1.
Heathcliff, no one should terrify their neighborhood. But Heathcliff just won't be undone, playing pranks on everyone. There's a race to be on time. The competition doesn't stop. It's fixing with the ladies fair, being charming, debonair.
Coming at number 1, Garfield, Eat Your Heart Out, Heathcliff. Heathcliff is a show that I definitely watched as a kid, and I always thought that this cat was badass. I don't know, I never really got around to Garfield. I always felt like Heathcliff was the man, and his theme song, if it was just an ordinary song you put on the radio, this song would have just blown up. It was just so good. And to have Heathcliff theme song as number 1, perfect placement. I would have no other spot for that song. So guys, that is my top 10 countdown of all-time favorite animated TV series theme songs. Let me know what your theme songs would be. And until next time, goodbye everybody.